Fascism is rising, but we need to stand up and fight back. But how, you may ask, which is a legitimate question, do we fight back against something as big as fascism? I'm just one person, you're just one person. How do we fight back against such an oppressive system? Well, I'm not going to lie to you, it will be hard work, but before you turn off, as I baited you in with 5 easy ways, there are 5 things you can do right now to help stem the flow of fascism. Now, these won't be enough to stop it altogether. We need to go a lot further and do a lot more. However, if you're wondering where to start, this is a good place and something you can bring into your everyday life. Step 1. Talk with your friends and family about fascism. You need to warn them about the dangers of fascism. Many people think fascism is just goose-stepping Nazis and swastikas, and yes, that is fascism. However, it still exists today in a much more different way than it did back in the 1940s. So you need to be aware with that. If you found any videos that you found useful or any articles you found useful talking about what fascism is today or what to look out for in regards to fascism, and I will be uploading a video about what fascism is, then share it with your friends and family. Make them aware of what fascism is today and how they can be on the lookout for it and make sure that they don't fall in with a fascist crowd. Step 2. Explain and state the case for progressive policies. It's not enough just to say fascism is bad, don't do it. People turn to fascism for a reason. One of those reasons, and there are a multitude of reasons, but one reason, poverty, lack of work, lack of housing, disconnected from friends, family, not feeling engaged in the political process. This can lead someone down the path of fascism. And it's no good saying, just don't be a fascist. Oh, okay, but things are awful now. What am I meant to do? That's how fascism works. It preys on this. That is why we need to offer an alternative, a progressive alternative, a better alternative. Because, let's be fair, it is so much better. For example, state to them how we could better fund our NHS and social care, things like that. State how we could push for a minimum wage increase. In America, they want $15 minimum wage. Over here, ours is low as well, so we need to state the importance of having a minimum wage. Or something like the Green New Deal. Over here, the Labour Party pushed for that, or the Industrial Green New Deal, but that's a whole other thing, in 2019. That will create green jobs, well-paying, unionised green jobs. We need to offer an alternative. And trust me, the left have loads of great policies. Progressives have an abundance of them. So you need to share them and state the case. It's not enough just to defend our progressive values. We need to go further and state why we need more progressive values and how we can make the world a better place. 3. Call out bigotry, racism, sexism whenever you see it. You see someone being racist, call it out. You see one of your friends being sexist, call them on it. You see your racist uncle spouting some sort of anti-Semitic trope, call them out on it. We need to stamp it out and nip it in the bud. Now, I understand that sometimes it can be hard to have these conversations with family members, but it is so important that we challenge these things when we see and hear them so that people know it will not be tolerated. To do this, you need to educate them on why it is offensive and why it is bad. Don't come from a place of holier than thou saying, you must not do this, it is wrong. People turn off. That's not what we want. We want to engage them. We want to educate them and explain to them, no, look, this is wrong. Don't say it, please don't do it, and this is why. It's so important to explain and not just condemn. 4. Hold up for the 5 fingers there. Let's try that again. 4. Take down any fascist posters or iconography that you see. Sometimes around your local area, you might see posters put up for white supremacists. You might see swastikas sprayed in places. I've seen it. It gets news coverage. That's why they do it. If you see anything like that, cover it up, rip it down. If there's a poster, tear it down. If you do tear it down, a poster though, make sure you use your keys. So put them through your fingers like that, tear them down like that. They have been known to put razor blades in it. You don't want to damage yourself. Make sure if you tear anything down around as well, you feel safe and the area is secure, because Who knows, you could be watching. You need to be safe when you do these things. If you don't feel safe, you see it, then report it to the local authority, to the council, to someone you trust, to get them to deal with it if you don't feel safe in doing it. 5. Vote for progressive candidates outside of elections. Protest. Where I live, in the UK, we have local elections coming up. So, if you are able to go out and vote, which hopefully you are because you're registered to vote, unless of course you're too young or any other reasons, then go out and vote for a progressive candidate. If there are no progressive candidates where you live, then find out where there are progressive candidates and go and help them so that they can win the vote where they are. This is such an important way to bring about big change, is to make sure we get progressive voices elected. So find out who the progressive voices are in your area, go out, help them get elected. If it's not election time, which most of the time it isn't, then attend protests, attend marches, find any sort of engagement that you can, go along and join in. I understand the 5th one is probably harder than the other 4, but it's important. So keep an eye out for any events going on that are fighting back against fascism, or even things like if the NHS are having rallies for the pay increase, go along, show solidarity and help them. Right, and there we have it. 5 easy things you can do right now to combat fascism. Now, this isn't going to destroy fascism overnight, and this is not an exhaustive list. So if you have other ideas, put them in the comments below. But if we all start doing this every day, then we can start to turn the tide on fascism. So thank you for watching, and please implement these ideas in your everyday. Before you know it, it'll become second nature. And if you can, share this video, comment below and like. Share it with your friends and families, because that's the only way this works, is by building a mass movement. So if we all start doing this, then we can all start to make a difference. Thank you.